Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is your boy Shades here, and I am back with another video on Soundhound AI. Sound stock sitting here at 462, up 6% yesterday. It did come down as low. And oops, what just happened? Oh, there was a little bit of a reload, but it did come down as low as 434. Got a nice bounce today. We'll see if we can get this moving and get that crossover. If we get that crossover in the MACD, we could see some upside back to 550. That's what I'm watching for. 550 is the biggest level. If we can go above that, we'll go higher. But I think at this point, a catalyst is what's needed for us to even break out of this range. We've been trading within this range now. Let's pull back on the charts. Well, let's pull back even more, apparently. It's been weeks. Wow, it's been a long time. Okay, yeah, since April 15, 2024, since April, May, June, July, August, September. 5 months now we've been within this trading range between 4 and 6. So what's going to get us out of this is, in my opinion, a catalyst. That's what we're going to need. I know people are still hoping for that McDonald's partnership, but whether it happens or not, who knows? But I believe there will be more. There will be more to come. You just have to be patient. So if you believe this is going to get more catalyst, more pumps, because pumps happen because of headlines. So what we need is headlines. Without headlines, we're just going to trade within this range. We did get a headline that moved it, but not enough for us to even go back to $10, which is what I want, and I'm sure a lot of people want as well. So again, I would wait and see if it comes down to 4. Other than that, I'm not buying. You guys can go ahead and buy here. I have my own game plan. I'm disciplined. I can wait. If it doesn't come down to $4 ever again, guess what? That's fine by me. That's fine by me. There's plenty of stocks out there. I haven't talked about this one in a while because, well, there's not much to talk about, right? But if you do believe that there will be catalyst in the future, what are you waiting for? Start accumulating it here, because let me show you Palantir real quick. Here's what I mean. Palantir continues to get huge run-ups, continues to break out. You notice it forms a trading range, breaks out, forms a trading range, breaks out, forms a trading range, breaks out, and it rinses and repeats this pattern. That's what we're looking for here on Soundhound. The fact that Soundhound is holding where it's at that's beautiful. At that point, we're just waiting. Again, we're just this whole sideways action since April. We're just waiting essentially for the next catalyst. The only thing that could send us down below $4, in my opinion, on a company that's predicted to have forecasted to have 150 million for 2025, I think the only way this goes down under 4 and stays below 4 and comes back down to 3s or low 3s. I don't see it happening. But the only way it would happen is if the market as a whole decides to go into a bear market, which I know a lot of people don't like to hear that. But that would send it up. If you guys have been in bear markets before, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Because we had one, 2 years ago? So you know how cheap prices can get. It can be pretty scary. So scary that people just keep selling because they don't want to be the last ones out the door. Whereas we buy that fear. So that's the only thing that I can think of that could send this down below $4. Other than that, it's just a waiting game for that next PR that sends it. And a lot of people are betting on the McDonald's partnership, but I think there's going to be something they hit us with that no one's going to see coming, and that's going to cause the share price to surge. So if you want to buy, go for it. I might buy 100 shares, but I'm not going to go big. Like, I'm not going to go crazy because where it's at, maybe I'll buy 100. I am thinking maybe 100 shares, because if it pops to, every dollar that it goes up, that's a nice $100 for me. I'm not greedy. I'm not. I'm the kind of person that like, hey, $100 today, I'm happy. But there are some crazy people out there who are like, I'm trying to make, they're trying to get rich quick. And I just don't have the mentality. I'm very much okay with $100 here and there. So I might buy 100 shares. I definitely has crossed my mind, especially if the market's going to start to recover, because we are seeing stocks bounce. We'll see how today closes. The market is about to open in a minute, as you can see in the bottom right corner. But I am personally, if I do jump in, it's going to be just 100 shares. Like, I'm just going to go small position, like really small. That's like really small. I usually go in with more if I have higher conviction. And there's been no news. Like I said, Palantir has been moving the way it has. It keeps breaking out of those trading ranges because it keeps getting news. But without news, we kind of just don't go anywhere. We go sideways, which is fine. If you're smart, you abuse the trading range and continue to load up under under $4 or around $4. And yeah, for some of you probably just shook your head like, wait, abuse wait, what? We're abusing the stock market? Yeah, you should abuse the stock market. It abuses you. It'll abuse you if you let it. Abuse the trading range. Keep buying at around $4 and take advantage and abuse it, abuse it, because that $4 to $6, that's 50% right there. And all you have to do is exercise patience and discipline. The market just opened. That's why you just saw things jump. We'll see how today moves. But in my opinion, after that Amelia acquisition, I think there's a lot in the works. We're just not going to hear about it until, what is this, September? I wouldn't be surprised. Let me look at in the past here real quick. I just want to take a quick look at the weekly chart. Let me just look. How often does this thing run up? This had a huge run here in December. Interesting. December 2022. You can look at the date on the bottom, at the bottom down here. So December 26th, we had a run from 93 cents to $5. Came back down, ran from 149 to $5 again. So that's very interesting, because if we look at the past year, it looks like December and March we had two runs. Then we had another run in February, that huge run that we had that helped us establish that higher floor. So far, based on previous data, looks like, I hate to say it, but it looks to me like December, yeah, towards the end of the year is where we might see another run. And I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, because we're looking at the data here. That was December, January, the beginning of the year here. Beginning of the year. So I would look for December, beginning of the year, for the next big run, for the next like 3x, 5x. Like, that's just by looking at this chart, you can tell like, oh yeah, they don't really drop enough PRs often enough for this thing to get any kind of fluctuation to the upside that doesn't involve just the market as a whole bringing it up or down, because that's what's happening right now. It's just going up and down with the market, or going sideways with the market, because it was doing that before the Fed meeting. But yeah, my prediction is December, beginning of the year, we'll probably get a pump there. I'm sure there's a reason for that, but what was the PR for that? Let's see, when this January 9? Let's go back in time and see if we can find that PR. Maybe not. Maybe we won't be able to find it. How far? Probably not. How far do I have to go? I keep going back in time, and these are just news from regular people. Are there any announcements for the company themselves though? March 22nd, March 19th. A lot of selling happened. Yeah, people were selling, of course. They just saw their stock skyrocket. Of course they're going to sell. Ooh, we're almost at January 2023. There we go. We're in June. Where's January? January 20. I'm loving this Moomoo NX. I didn't know I had all this information. Okay, so January 24. We had a January 11 8K report. 8K December. So we had two 8K reports, one on the 24th and one on the 11th. Wow, that's a lot of information I'm going to have to digest. Yeah, this is one of those stocks where it takes forever. Takes forever for it to get going. But once it does get going, it's going to run, and people are going to be missing out. They're going to chase it up for you, for us, because again, it's a game of who's going to bag who. You don't want to be the one getting bagged. You want to bag people. You want to dump it on their heads, not be the one getting dumped the shares on. So if we're going to have, let's see, 2 runs a year? Because, so in 2023, we had 2 runs. These are your 2 runs here. We had 2 big runs. This year, we've only had this one big run here. And this is just fluctuation. Well, except for this, I think there was a PR there. Was that the Steak and Shake? Or not Steak and Shake, what was it? The Shake Shack? I don't remember. I think it was the Shake Shack. I don't remember. But yeah, if the past is anything to go by, I would predict another run probably towards the end of the year. Because we're getting like 2 runs a year. At that pace, then obviously we wouldn't expect much until next year, if not beginning or the end of this. Yeah. Yeah. This is the kind of data you have to look at, guys. Like, how often does this stock run every year? Because that reveals to you how many headlines they drop that causes the share price to move. That's what I look for. So I don't think I expect much. As of right now, just take advantage of the fluctuations that because it follows the market. I mean, look at AITX. It's had two runs this year, and it has a history of having two runs every year. So I don't, and you can see since it topped out at 1 penny, this stock has just been trending to the downside, and it might not run again until next year. So those are the kind of patterns that I look for. How often does this stock run? Two times a year? Okay, it's already ran 2 times. So more than likely, we're not going to get another one anytime soon. I'm talking about big runs. Again, trading the fluctuations between 4 and 6, very profitable. That's why I'm waiting for 4, and I can be patient. But I might throw 100 shares at it. I might. I might. I definitely am tempted. Anyways, that is it for the video. Hopefully this was very informational. I just gave you some, maybe your brain doesn't, I know everyone interprets charts differently, so some people might not look, they might not zoom out on the chart and count how many times this stock has ran in the past. And if it's just going to be twice a year, then we're done for this year, right? And at this point, it's about accumulating it nice and cheap for the next 2 runs next year. That's my prediction. I could be way off. That's it for the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel.